Joel Martin. Vertonghen at the back post. And it goes, Mignolet. Vertonghen! Cleared off the line. Surely Harry Kane 4-1. He's done it again.
And you're back with us on Sons of Picture. You're joining us on episode 65. As usual, joining me in the crib is
66. We had episode 66. 65 was last week. You weren't here.
Sorry. You're joining me as usual, Yuhan, with Henry and CK. Izham, again, unfortunately, is at Shah Alam for his routine Selangor Champions League duty.
We'll forever miss him.
Coming up in the next 45 minutes, a lot of action from the Premier League this week. A couple of surprises from Serie A and La Liga, and also some stuff to talk about in the Liga and Bundesliga as well. And then we have some unfinished business in the Selangor Champions League, which we have sent Izham to cover.
Correct.
It's kind of like our correspondent currently.
Now we're trying something else, right? Now we're trying something new.
And UEFA Champions League as well. So start off with some of the boring stuff first. Napoli versus Inter Milan. A goalless draw at home in Napoli.
Oh, this match, right, is like everyone is like, okay, I'm gonna shoot, I'm just gonna shoot. But none of them
both sides were kind of careful, with their tactics.
But I think Lorenzo Insigne was the player to watch in this match as well, because he was the one taking the most of the shots for Napoli.
I can't disagree. I think it was more team play from Napoli.
Finished by.
But some context about this match. Basically, Serie A is currently led by Napoli, and Inter Milan is in second place. So this was basically battle between first place and second place. And I kind of feel like both teams were just testing waters with each other because Inter was more conservative with how they played. Napoli was they had a lot more short range attacks.
They forced under the pitch.
They played a lot of balls down the middle.
Actually, Napoli,
as opposed to Inter, who was doing a lot of wing.
I think Napoli has been performing out of these 3 weeks. They came here to a win, I would say. But Inter Milan actually
but you
got
could see
out
the
of draw
same
from
for
it.
you could see the same for Inter as well.
I think Napoli has been performing well, both in the Champions League and
I mean
also.
Inter, in terms of Inter overall performance this season, they've been doing very well.
I mean, yes, they're doing
not
okay.
lost a game so far.
They've not lost a game. So is Napoli. Napoli are still undefeated,
I
right?
think they are the only two sides in Serie A they are currently undefeated, and that is why you have another stalemate right now.
They're taking advantage of whatever is going on with Juventus right now and like racking up as much points as they can. Because honestly speaking, we don't know when they're going to resurge. Like there is going to be a Juventus resurgence. So at this point, it's just like let's take as many points as we can right now before Juve comes back up again. Knowing Juventus, this may be just a poor start.
You could say Napoli was unlucky, but I think on the flip side is basically Inter's keeper doing very well.
Oh,
he was superb in this game. He was basically in the way
Sign him.
Whenever they tried to go for goal. I think the scoreline just fails to justify the amount of chances both teams created in the game.
Sign him.
Napoli had an home advantage, so they had 12 goal attempts and Inter only had 9. But still, I think it was pretty even from both sides.
It was even. Like everybody, I mean, despite the 9 shots and the 12 shots, if you watch the attacking play, they were all given enough time to make their flow. Like their flow is there. Oh, attack finish. Okay, come back. Next attack. So in the neutral's perspective, I think it was a very nice match to watch.
I just don't understand why Inter didn't play like their previous few games. If you look at how Inter has played so far this season, they are capable of doing what Napoli did.
True, that's true.
They can do passes down the pitch. They're not a team that plays by the width. Yes, they have good wingers, but they have the capability of playing down the middle as well. But they didn't in this game, so it's kind of weird for me. I suppose it's because
we're talking about Inter here, right?
Yeah, Inter. So I suppose it's because of Napoli's home advantage. Probably the pressure plays a part as well.
It is a big stadium because it's the Olympic Stadium.
Yeah.
So it is.
So anyway, moving on. Let's move on to the La Liga.
I actually specifically just constantly read this talk set because we cannot believe that this is happening under a season. This is under a season.
So we're basically talking about Valencia's resurgence now. Some context
Mikhail will be
here.
so happy.
We're talking about Valencia versus Sevilla here. The 4-0 victory for Valencia. Man, the tides have turned for Valencia.
Tides have turned for Sevilla also, right? Don't you think? Their defense. Look. I think this was more like a landslide effect or snowball effect from what happened in the Champions League. Their defense were poor in this game. In terms of attacking wise, I'd say Sevilla also had some shot. They played decent up front, but at the back, too many chances.
I just don't think they put in enough effort to try to finish their chances.
Yeah, and they're lazy at the back also.
But my focus isn't on Sevilla in this talk set. I want to talk about how last year, around this period, the same period, Valencia was in 15th spot. They were just 2 points above the relegation zone. Within a span of 11 months at that time, they've already changed 5 different managers. So how did this team manage to get up to second place? They are behind Barcelona right now. They're one of the highest scoring teams. They scored 25 goals, just one goal short of Barcelona's record. They have one of the youngest squad in La Liga right now. The average age is about 25, and they are one of the only 3 teams that are undefeated in La Liga right now. So let's talk about how they got here. Now, I did some research, and it all started with the arrival of Matteo Alemany. He's the club's director currently, so he was the former president of Real Mallorca.
Oh.
So long since you heard that club, right?
Yeah.
Used to be in the La Liga. So this guy made the decision of appointing Marcelino Garcia Torrell. So he's basically the former manager of Villarreal, who I believe played an important role in bringing Villarreal to 5th spot last season. So if you look at his track record as a manager, it's not that outstanding. But there's one thing that he made sure he would do with Valencia this season, which I believe has been Valencia's needed cure all this while to solve their problems.
Offloading dead weights
and trusting their youth system again. Because don't forget, Valencia actually has a pretty good youth academy. David Silva, Jordi Alba, Isco, Juan Mata, Paco Alcácer. All these players are products of Valencia's youth academy.
David Villa.
And I think probably for 3-4 seasons, they kind of forgot that they have a very good youth academy. So they offloaded. they actually released players like Enzo Perez, Diego Alves. They also offloaded Nani. But yeah, all these players are gone, and now some of the star players staying in the team performed very, very well in this game. So let's talk about some of the players that caught my attention. Gonzalo Guedes, who is unknown from PSG, he's a Portuguese youth player. Rodrigo Moreno, 20-year-old striker. He wears the shirt number 19, if I'm not mistaken. And then Carlos Soler, who's wearing the jersey number 18. He played by the wing. These 3 players together, sacks.
Guedes was the one that scored the first goal.
Yes.
And it was a...
If you look at how they played, I'm not sure if you guys agree with me. They kind of remind me of how Leipzig played when we first played the Champions League. Monaco as well. Monaco, all these
with Mbappe.
Yeah, all these teams that are young, they have the drive to want to score goals. They're not scared to try. They're not hesitant. They're very flamboyant. They're very speedy, very pacey. So it gives the team a lot of energy, and it's very enjoyable to watch.
It's very painful to see Valencia languishing at the bottom.
You know what I'm thinking inside my head? Why don't Liverpool use their
Enough!
That's a good question. You think if I were to put up a B team for any of the top
I don't think B team, man.
If you put in a B team, do you think they can sustain the competition?
I think you have to see the
because
structure.
You have to understand, La Liga, they don't play, even if the players are experienced, they fuck up a lot.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of teams in La Liga, Las Palmas, Sociedad. They have veterans, yes, but even though with experience, they still fuck up a lot.
Okay,
so you're saying that Premier League is harder for youngsters?
It's tougher for the youngsters.
I say so. Because you have to understand the structure of the leagues are different. They have less cup. The Premier League has a lot of competitions which they need to consider splitting their depth in. Whereas in terms of the La Liga, they only have Champions League. If you're a top 5 club, you have the Champions League, Europa League, you've got Kings Cup, Copa del Rey, and the league. So you only have 3 games to play, and you have a winter break.
Yes, I wanted to say that.
So it's like you can constantly have the same team and have the extra backup players, or you can even just choose with one set of players who are young and constantly play them in the same league over and over again.
So don't you think like Premier League should increase the depth of the team now? I mean like increase the size to accommodate those kind of game fixtures and everything, because everybody is tired. Every single team that's playing a lot of cups, they are all tired.
But the dynamics is very different, because if you put a top 6 team in comparison to a mid-table team, they have veterans, but they don't necessarily need that.
We're talking about La Liga, is it?
No, I'm talking about the Premier League.
Okay.
You don't necessarily need that, because your mid-table clubs don't play a lot of games. They only have domestic competitions to play with. So I don't think increasing that is
it's actually allowed. I mean like it's actually letting the top stay on the top basically.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
And another thing is it's about more gaining experience along the way. Not only about changing players, changing teams constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say this La Liga is a level playing field if you put in youth players and veterans, because the veterans suck. So the veterans can, I mean, from time to time, probably both sides, a young team and an old team can perform on par. But in the Premier League, it's very different. It's very hard to say.
Because suddenly you get Llorente who's on form.
Yeah, you know, like if say for example
Crystal
Palace for example, they lost 3 forward. Remember, their injuries. They don't have Zaha, they don't have Ake. So let's say they brought in a youth team. Do you think they will be able to sustain the pressure from other Premier League teams? No, definitely not.
It's about experience that, except you're there no run then.
You know what I'm thinking? My head. Okay, I'll talk more about it in the Liverpool talk set.
Okay.
So let's move on.
Sure. So shout out to Simone Zaza, who has had a revival season so far. He's been
Wasn't he
scoring
the guy who danced before he took the penalty?
He's been
for
scoring
Italy?
a lot of goals. I don't know, pundits are saying West Ham should have given him more time. But hey. Well, good for him. Good for him. He's
Zaza
done
was
well.
in Italy before he went to Spain.
He was in Juventus.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was in Juve.
Then he went to West Ham.
Okay, moving on to the Bundesliga. We're going to talk about another staggering, I would say, subject matter.
There's someone that you just announced the team first. There's someone over here I want to point out that I cannot believe happened. This happened.
Now, let's talk about FC Cologne versus Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga. A 0-0 draw. Nothing special, but I want to pay more attention to FC Cologne's circumstances so far. 5th last season in the Bundesliga, qualified for the Europa League and is in the same group as Arsenal. Woo! But right now they are in last place. Woo! They have not won a single fucking game in all competitions.
Hey, they've played 3 games.
Since the start of the season.
You know why?
Sounds like West
Okay,
Ham.
this is where I can come in now, right? This is
Yeah.
where- What happened to Anthony Modeste?
Modeste.
Why did he go to China of all places?
Because he didn't have a modest ambition.
Oh my god! Wow!
Moving on.
Now, anyways, let's talk about.
Started all this shit, you know.
Now, FC Cologne, basically, Henry summarized it all. I mean, Anthony Modeste's departure really hit the team.
Because last season we highlighted him as well. Anthony Modeste was the key player in most of the team's trashing.
Now, okay, if you realize, I like to highlight a lot of
So do you guys?
We didn't jinx. I knew Modeste would be leaving, but I didn't expect him to leave to China. Right, I didn't expect him to go to China. So like, what a low blow.
Now, if you look, I like to talk about stats because to me, the numbers don't lie, they speak for themselves. If you look at how Cologne got to 5th place last season, you gotta have a certain degree of skepticism because yes, they were in 4th place, they scored a total of 51 goals, but 40 of them came from Modeste himself.
Modeste is Cologne's SAS lah, basically.
Well, he scored alone.
40.
Alone, he contributed 40 goals.
Contributed 40 goals.
40 goals.
Okay.
So
Wait,
Score
so
and
did he
assist.
score? Did he score and assist or did he score
No, he
all
scored all of
40?
them.
He scored all 40.
What
All
the?
40.
The guy should be in the records already right now, man. 40 goals in one
Yeah,
season.
he broke the record last season.
And then he broke the hearts of people by leaving to China.
So I think player to score the most goals in one season in the Bundesliga, I think that's
Yes.
second.
Oh yeah, all leagues, man.
And at the back, guess how much they conceded?
42?
42 goals.
That's because I read the rundown.
So if you look at their last 5 games, how they have conceded, yeah, it's basically only by 1 goal margin. Except for that one game where they were trashed by Dortmund 5-0 lah. But every single game so far, they've been conceding 1. The margin is
So they're unlucky or what?
I would say that.
They're unlucky
I
lah.
would say that because if you pay attention to how they played in this game, there were chances, heaps of fucking chances. But the strikers that they got in to replace Modeste, they are not finishing.
Osako.
Cordoba, the Colombian forward,
Cordoba.
Claudio Pizarro, who's like 84 years old. And one more guy, Guisari or something like that. French.
He's actually 54, you know.
All these guys, they failed to finish. If you look at the game, it's very clear.
What do you expect? Pizarro is old. His goals all went to Bayern already. That's it. No more. Stop. Done.
So it shows you how sad it is to be a German club when you have to rely on one guy to score all of the goals. And then
That's going to be the case for Leipzig
when
Keita leaves to Liverpool.
I think Forsberg.
Forsberg or Werner, yeah. Forsberg or Werner. Which eventually will happen. It will happen eventually.
Come to Liverpool. Thank you.
Please.
Gulashi also.
Come back. Kurashi, come back.
So one more thing I want to point out, Cologne isn't bad. It's not bad. It's a case of loss of confidence.
Yeah, and in this case, who was the captain last season? Was it? I think it was Modeste as well.
Guess who?
Who?
Jonas Hector.
Oh, wait, isn't he from? Wait, Jonas Hector.
Yeah. The German international.
The one who's supposed to sign.
The left back. Wait, the left back, right?
Yes.
What's he doing in the team? He's still in Cologne, right?
Yeah.
Then okay, in this case, you're talking about the lack of confidence. Shouldn't the captain also be responsible for this?
Put yourself in his shoes. How do you feel like after not winning a single game?
I feel that clock.
So I think the whole team in general is
Henderson.
it's just plummeting in confidence now. That's the case for it.
Liverpool, right?
Do not say a word. Do not say a word.
Moving on to our next talk set, a quick wrap up of UEFA Champions League matches that we didn't manage to cover.
This should have been a draw.
Benfica versus Manchester United. I'll give it to Benfica.
It was the same tactics that Mourinho used against Liverpool. No, seriously.
Okay, so what do you think is the problem then?
The
Over reliant on the star players.
and forgetting to bring the bus back.
I can say the same for Liverpool as well.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We don't disagree.
We will fire all players if need to.
Except for Salah.
No, fire though. Mass exodus. Yeah. I feel like Mourinho knew what was coming after Liverpool's game, and he has a limited squad, I would say. Right?
He was testing out the squad for the Champions League, don't you think? Like, okay, I got no Pogba, I've got no Mata.
Mickey also was injured.
Mickey also was injured.
in the game, right?
Yeah, but I have Matic, I have Herrera, I got Martial.
Why is he over relying on Lukaku only right now when he has another forward called Rashford?
Rashford doesn't play as a forward anymore.
He's a winger.
Van Gaal mutated that guy's position. Just like how he mutated Martial. Martial was a forward, remember?
Yeah, he scored the goal against United.
Remember?
Okay.
And then he was changed into a winger.
But Rashford is not
Look
like
at
that.
how Rashford plays right now. Do you think he's fit to play as a striker?
Is he fast?
Look at the way he plays. Think it through and then tell me that he's good as a striker. He's not an interceptor anymore. He's the provider already. That's how he has changed. It's the same thing as Herrera.
That's because
When Ferguson first signed Herrera was supposed to be a playmaker. I've always said this. I enjoyed watching Herrera playing alongside Kagawa. They make chances together. And then when Van Gaal came in, he turned him into more of a CDM role.
Moyes came in. When Moyes came in.
No. Under Moyes, he still played attacking.
Oh.
Together with Kagawa.
Because Moyes is a Scot. So
Together with Mata. The way Herrera plays in United, I like to call him the disruptor. I think CK will agree. He is the disruptor. His instructions
Against Liverpool.
His instructions every time he goes on the pitch from any manager is to, I don't care whether you get a foul or not, just make the opposing team frustrated.
Mark the key player.
Yeah,
just
track them
player,
because that's what he does best.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what he does best. He's
right.
a very efficient midfielder. But Matic cannot do the job of Pogba alone.
True? That's true.
So you have one guy at the back, one guy in front. But when Matic is alone, he's easily exposed. So that's the problem with United right now. There are no plays. It's kind of like how Inter played against Napoli. There's no attacks down the middle, no 1-2 in the middle. But with Pogba there, you can do that. You can play in a triangular.
Because Pogba is Manchester United's playmaker. Yeah.
You know. So that's Mourinho's problem. He is forced to resort to playing by the wing. Same thing in Huddersfield.
But okay, you think about it this way. Look at last season and this season. The reason why Rashford and Martial are both forced into the wing is because Mourinho got in centre forwards. Ibrahimovic last
Target
season.
man.
Target man.
So like for them, it's not even the fact that they were mutated into it. They were forced to be there. They have no choice. If you ask me, why can't they play in centre forward anymore? It's because United has made them into wingers.
Was it Mourinho's fault or was it Van Gaal's fault for Martial?
Martial obviously
Martial is I don't know. To me, I would say Van Gaal. If you want to talk about Rashford is Mourinho's fault. Clearly Mourinho's fault because Rashford only grew in late in Van Gaal's season.
But if Rashford wasn't put into that position, do you think he would have undergone the massive improvement he's got so far?
I think
You talked about it yourself at the start of the season.
he was playing forward, if I'm correct.
No, I'm saying you talk about him being needed as a centre forward right now.
Yeah.
But if he wasn't forced to play by the wing, would he have undergone this season's improvement?
Last season he was not playing at wing.
He was a striker once in a while.
Striker.
Yeah.
When Ibrahimovic wasn't playing, was he a striker?
It was between him and Martial.
It was
Martial.
what I understand was Rashford was put in to learn this kind of play styles because when Ibrahimovic wasn't here, Rashford had to play front.
Correct.
That's why he was performing quite some time. He scored a few goals. That's why we say he was an England talent. That's what I'm saying.
Which is why I'm very surprised that they brought in Lukaku this season because I thought like Rashford
No,
would have been
Lukaku is a very sensible buy, I would say. If you want to challenge the title and to Champions League, Lukaku is a good buy.
But if you were to be
Because at the height of it, his contract was not renewed.
Yes.
Why did they bring him in?
True.
But the problem with Lukaku is when you play by the wing, he's ineffective as a striker.
Because there's two centre backs blocking him already.
Because he, like you said last week,
He's in pockets.
he's always in the pocket.
Yeah.
And when you want to intercept a header or a cross, you have no choice but to read where the ball is. That's why you easily fall into the pocket. Unless you're Ibra, where you're tall and strong and you're hard to mark down.
Yeah, Lukaku is just strong. Like he's
Lukaku's
not.
strong, but he's not tall.
Yeah, he's not physically. He's physically.
And he's fat.
But he's fast though. He's big, not fat.
No, I
Yeah,
mean
he's big.
he's fast for a player of his size, but he's not that fast. He's not that fast.
No, he's fast. He's considered
He's not
very
that
fast.
fast.
He's considered quite fast.
For a fat guy, yeah.
Okay, but okay. What is your definition of fast? Like why do you say that Lukaku is not fast?
Why is my definition of fast?
Yeah, your quickly just Mane.
Mane and Salah.
Can you see the difference in size
No,
between?
I don't see the difference in height. I only see the difference in width.
Well, fuck you, that's one thing. Second is, he has big physique, I would say, compared to those two other players. Speed-wise, he's really fast, I would say.
He's faster than any normal tall striker, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's fast because if he's fast, then he won't be easily tracked.
He's faster than Benteke.
No, think about it. No, it's about people knowing a certain striker's play. Ibrahimovic is a versatile striker, which is why people cannot
He is like a Drogba. Yeah, so sum things up. Lukaku is like a Drogba.
People can beat him, right?
No, I'm saying that Drogba is fast also.
But he's ineffective when it comes to in the middle.
Yeah, but it's like because how Drogba plays back in the season is he not only tap in balls, he shoot from far. Whenever he gets the ball, he try to shoot, aim for the goal. That's what Lukaku is doing. Whenever he gets the ball, he just shoot.
Lukaku can't intercept.
Maybe he did a few balls. Not against tall defenders, but he can intercept balls.
I disagree. Not when you play by the week. If that really is the case, he would have scored a lot of goals already. Because have you seen the number of crosses we delivered over the last 3 days?
So basically, to sum everything up that Johan's been saying, Pogba is the only person who can play Lukaku.
Yes.
Or Mickey.
Or
from Mickey.
And I don't want to sound racist, the two of them are black. There's the chemistry there.
And they both speak French, don't forget. Belgians can speak French.
Moving on to our next set. Chelsea versus Roma, a 3-3 all draw. Now I want to talk about Chelsea here. I mean, since we talked about United, Huddersfield and Benfica top set together, I mean, basically the context is the same. Let's talk about Chelsea and Watford together as well. Watford and Roma, the Watford and Roma game.
Watford.
A 3-all draw. At one point, Chelsea were trailing 3-2 against Roma. I personally think this was a very enjoyable game to watch.
Exactly, because of Zeko.
The 3-3 game.
Because of Zeko scoring against them.
I think Conte made a tactical mistake. I don't understand why, but Conte has turned again Luis into a CM.
Oh, okay. We discussed about this, I think, previously. I think Luis can play in that position.
Yeah, and he's been playing. He's been
playing a defender.
They tried him in that position before, and he played well there.
Because Kante isn't there.
Yes, correct.
Luis is the makeshift.
Correct. But in this game, there were a lot of problems. Okay, the thing is, when Matic left, he was left alone with Kante. So that's why he brought in Bakayoko. But you see how Bakayoko plays in Monaco. Bakayoko also likes to go up front. He's involved in a lot of counters. He's involved in a lot of attacks.
And he's not used to the Premier League.
So you are left with only one person at the back, which is Fabregas, who is already very old and slow. So the back becomes exposed. And Luis is not dropped. He's not falling back. He keeps going up front. So when you give a defender a chance to go up front, Conte was scared in this game. That's why he sucked off Luis. He replaced him with Pedro and instructed Bakayoko to fall back. So that made the whole game very. There were a lot of out-wing plays, a lot of outfield plays.
Through Hazard,
through Pedro, and whatnot, and Morata and whatnot. So Luis is not happy. You could see very clearly when he was subbed off, he was not happy that he was subbed off.
Liverpool.
And it kind of feels like the players are not satisfied with Conte right now. That's what the pundits are saying.
Yeah, and actually, at the point of recording, I was actually listening to the news on the way back home. And there was actually a bit about Conte probably not being able to see the whole of the season because he might be sacked. And I don't know who's going to come back in. But like, because they have not gone, they've been winless, or they're 9 points away from
they've not gotten
the top.
They've not gotten the points from the games that they have played.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Yeah. So like, I think it all boils down to what's happening now. Whatever you're saying, I think it's all boiled down to there is again another unrest in the dressing room, which is slowly starting to become a common figure in Chelsea. You get one season with a successful manager, then you get the next season where he's pissed off.
So my question is, what do the players want? If this is a recurring occasion, it's the same set of players. There's hardly any. It's the same set of players that got Mourinho into trouble. Those few players who orchestrated that incident are still in the club. So what do these players want?
It's like those.
I want to manage my own club.
Wow. You're in a relationship.
Do you really think that?
Conte doesn't look like the kind of person that actually voice out a lot.
Okay.
Have we talked about this before?
No, I don't think so. I think Conte, the figure-wise, he's not like a Klopp. He's not like a what do you call? I would say someone who is angry at players and stuff.
Here's where I beg to differ. Everyone has said this running commentary. Conte, Klopp, everyone else is no Mourinho. Mourinho will give no shit about whatever mistake. You kena one mistake, you
Not
get
Ferguson.
yeah,
Not Ferguson.
you will kena one. But you got people like Conte, Klopp, they don't want to piss players off because once they piss players off, right, they know for a fact he's going to leave. And when they leave, dynamic change.
That's how we're doing it now.
So what do the players want? That's my question. You're not answering my question. What do you think the players want?
No, I'm saying that the players are always think they're always bigger than the coach, basically.
Okay.
So right now it's like, I want to play it my way. I want to do it my way.
The ego lah, basically.
I may follow your formation, but I want, when you put me in that position, I'm expected to play
But
this
do you
way.
think this has been communicated with the coach?
I mean, why wouldn't it? Why would it not be? Because I mean, as a player, don't you have the right to voice out your
It
opinions?
depends. Some players like take
No, that's the thing. I'm asking you whether you think the players have voiced it out to Conte or not.
I don't think
Because
so.
it feels to me when Mourinho left Chelsea, they didn't openly tell Mourinho, hey, we don't like how you're running the team. We think this is how it should work.
Yeah.
That's the problem with players today.
Same thing with Costa. The whole Costa drama.
They're like babies. They expect the manager to know. I want you to know what I'm talking about.
Same thing
Like
like
a
Costa.
woman like that, you know.
Whoa. Sometimes men can be very, very, very picky too.
You are.
What do you mean by that?
So, do you think Conte should change tactics or?
Do what he did with Costa lah, if you dare to.
Yeah, if you dares.
What? You don't want to listen to me? I can. I do whatever you. I'll shut you out lah.
I'll shut you out. I won't pay you out.
Okay, oh well. Moving on to our next talk set, we've covered Huddersfield. I mean, it was a 2-1 loss. Nothing much you can do. It is basically, they lost.
It was unlucky, I would say. It was lucky for Huddersfield.
Huddersfield played well though.
No. I beg to differ. You gotta give Huddersfield credit.
Yeah, they played very well though.
I mean,
I mean, like they knew what was going on inside the game. Really. Going into United's game,
They knew how to pick the bus.
yeah,
They know which tire to cut already. They know which window to break so that the ball goes inside.
just one emphasis before we move on to the Liverpool talk set. The reason why they won is they were not rushing to score.
Even at the end of the game, when United were
They
pushing
were
for
not
the
rushing to
equalizer,
score, and they were not scared at all. Like,
They were
there was
patient,
nothing to lose. So basically, when they were 1v1,
Basically against-
1v1 against a defender, a wing back or a centre back or whatnot, they just kept their cool. I'm gonna try and move the ball into the box and let someone else intercept, and they did it.
basically when Liverpool plays Huddersfield, we're in deep shit.
sure.
And now that the Liverpool fans are whispering about Liverpool, let's move into
One.
our major attention this week. Liverpool losing to Tottenham Hotspurs 4-1 at Wembley.
Boom.
Was it expected? Yes.
Yeah.
Did
Did I expect
By that goal
the
line,
Wembley curse like that? No.
By that goal line, no.
Take it away, guys.
I don't know what to say lah.
I already put down on the podcast. I mean the rundown.
Then
That's my
explain
thought.
that.
No, I'm not. I don't want. That's the fuck. The only thing throughout the whole podcast, right, what I'm thinking is, why not Liverpool sack all the players, go down to under 23s, and take all the young players and play in the Premier League?
Which is why you said that.
Gerrard can be the manager.
So you're basically suggesting A team become B.
Yes, no, C team become A team.
Wow.
Under 18s.
You will go to that extent.
Yeah, to that extent.
Okay, what
Because-
do you feel is the problem with the current squad?
Current squad, the whole squad is the problem, and also Klopp itself.
And the running commentary is Klopp shot himself in the foot because he didn't buy a plan B. He didn't even think about getting another option. Like in terms of defenders.
Is it
You say you don't want
Is it-
Van Dijk, what?
Yeah, memang don't want Van Dijk, which is why like there should be a plan B.
Is it Klopp's problem or is it money?
I don't think it's money now. If you look at the running commentary among every pundit,
No, I think
among the news as well.
if you're talking about transfers, right, it's the management.
Yeah, I mean like look, John Henry has already said, I'm giving you as much money as you want because you're in the Champions League. You buy whatever players you want.
It's the management that's
Yeah, you buy whatever players you
the
want.
transfer committee, I would say, is the problem.
Could you imagine if Damien Komodi and Ian I were still with us? Can you imagine Salah won't even be here, you know?
True.
But in terms of this, I feel like it's more like it's about Klopp and Co putting money in the wrong places. They focused their money on wrong places. They expected the investment to be flowering, but it didn't flower. In terms of like, I pushed money to Van Dijk, it didn't happen. But he didn't think about something like, let me allocate a bit of money to get another young, maybe a young centre back, or maybe another experienced centre back.
Okay.
Not Ragnar Klavan, but you know.
No, I think what was the plan B was to score more goals than opponent.
Which is why they brought Salah, Mane, and everyone.
I think Klopp's plan B was Robertson.
Which he didn't even play.
Agreed.
I don't think so.
Then why did he buy him in the first place?
Another
That was
one
to replace Moreno.
Moreno was doing well.
That's what everybody is stuttering about right now.
Everyone's like, huh? Moreno's doing well.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's right.
So why was Robertson bought in the first place?
To replace Moreno, supposedly.
And also to create extra depth.
Yeah.
I think.
No. He was supposed to replace Moreno.
Damn.
Straight up. Like, Moreno, he could
Robertson
leave to
was brought in
Sevilla.
halfway through the transfer window, and before that, Klopp was already using Moreno in friendlies.
That's because he had no choice. He loaned out most of his left backs, his full backs to other clubs already. What? And Andre Wisdom, who is a makeshift fullback, left for Derby.
Do you want to agree with them?
No.
Exactly. Besides that, I was just gonna say that the whole Lauren drama, Lauren removing the LFC tag in his Instagram, social media, basically Lauren is being thrown under the bus for this loss. I would say, literally just thrown under. Everybody is saying that, oh shit, Lauren is the one that caused us to lose the whole game.
But don't you think? I mean, like to me, it's the whole unit, lah. Right?
It's the whole unit
the whole
for the
unit.
problem. Nobody covered in the game itself. Nobody properly covered Kane at the start, right? It was the first goal. Lovren made a mistake. Mignolet come out another mistake. Both also made mistakes, which led to the first goal. Second goal was Lovren made a judgment wrong again. He went to the ball early.
Just like Lindelof in the
No, Lindelof is different. Lindelof stands his ground, but he missed the header.
And
Lovren.
Lindelof's defense is young.
Yeah.
22.
So you cannot blame Lindelof. Lovren has experience in Premier League. He ran forward, try to catch the ball, leave the the back open, and the ball actually didn't touch him.
But do you
He
think
didn't touch
it's
the ball.
because Lovren is... I think Lovren is in a desperate state of mind. As in he knows he's doing that. So every single game he's trying too hard to be the person that he's
Oh, he's
not.
trying to fuck up Liverpool's play right
So
now.
trying not
so
to
he
fuck
can
up, but
leave.
he ends up fucking up more.
Or he's trying to leave Liverpool this season.
I don't think so. No, if you look at his body language.
There was a funny notion going on that time during the transfer window where Fonte, his previous partner, was like hinting that he was going to come to Liverpool, but he ended up in West Ham, right? So what I'm having a conspiracy theory inside my head is Lauren wants to reunite with Fonte, try to fuck up Liverpool's game, goes to West Ham and rejoin his friend.
I just want Lauren to leave or whatever, man.
It's like
Okay. I think it's fair to say that he was thrown under the bus because of his constant mistakes.
I mean, this is out of not normal mistakes. It's like not normal. This is clear. Like what the fuck? It's like what the fuck do you do? You have experience and you did that. I mean, if you clear the ball, wow, fine by me. But you didn't. Most of the time you didn't. So which was very was funny was Klopp removing him just before halftime. I mean, not just before halftime, but 30 minutes into the game. Put in Ox instead. I was just like, how are we gonna play the game now?
I know, that's why we lost.
Okay, next question to wrap up the talk set. Should Klopp be sacked?
I didn't add that in.
Okay, can I say first? My say is no, Klopp shouldn't be sacked, but Klopp needs to really make amends. I think he made a mistake already. But look, who else better than Klopp right now? Honestly speaking, who else rather than Klopp?
Okay, rebuttal.
Gerrard.
Don't say Ancelotti.
I said Gerrard.
Okay, why would you disagree with putting in Gerrard?
Okay, Gerrard is 35.
Okay.
He hasn't even got his A license yet. He's currently coaching a different squad who is young, who is playing against young players. You don't expect Gerrard go up to management straight away and say I can manage this group of players I played with before, and some of them are older than me. Like
Some of them older.
actually he's the oldest in the club. Sorry, but let's say Lucky Lambert decides to come back lah. But look, I'm not doubting Gerrard, but Gerrard is for the future. It's not now.
I think it's now.
I disagree with that.
So
I disagree with that.
okay, if Gerrard, let's say Gerrard comes into the picture, it doesn't work out. What's next?
What's next?
Don't say Ancelotti.
Relegation zone? Rebuild the squad? Slowly come back in again. The Newcastle.
I knew you were going to say Newcastle.
I mean, Newcastle is the kind of team that actually relegates, then come back strong.
Yeah, but then what happens?
And next season, the season after, the week, they go relegated again. You come back in again.
Do you want that to happen to Liverpool?
Why not? To the point that I don't want to see them fail all the time, man. I mean, like, stay in the league and not win all the time. That's more tiring than you actually relegate and get championship first spot.
He'd rather have the glory of coming back than denigrate to a mid-table club that doesn't mean anything.
Yes.
I guess in the perspective, CK wants to see entertainment. I mean, like if I put myself in your shoes right now and put my own mind in it, it's like I want to see at least we win for a reason. There's a purpose in us. Whereas every season we fight for the mid-table. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
That's what CK is trying to say right now.
Okay.
It's better to watch them relegate, fight for the championship, come back again, and then fight for relegation because there is still
Not fight for relegation 2 times in a row. I mean,
but you know.
you come back strong. You come back stronger. That's what I mean.
No, but the whole repercussion to this is the money is not flowing in.
Don't think about the money, man. You rebuild the squad without the money.
That's not the case in the Premier League now.
Yeah, exactly. So how did Leicester do it? Tell me.
They had Ranieri.
Yeah, they had Ranieri. They have not much money, but they still win. They still. Sorry. But they came from somewhere. They came from passion. The football came from passion to win the Premier League. Right now they're in the mid-table squad. Can't be blamed. We expected this, right? But they are a team that comes from below and comes up on top. They really fight for what they want. This is a team that says, "Oh, our squad looks good. We can challenge for the first spot."
Moving on to our next top set. Now we're going to have Izham take away the top set. He has pre-recorded his comments. Our special correspondent for Selangor Champions League. And now we're going to play a recording by him.
So apparently I've been demoted, yeah? Okay, cool. So all through last week, we only covered up till the Tuesday games because Wednesday was Deepavali and that was the day that we were recording. So the day after that, we had 3 games. One game in particular stood out to me because my own home team lost with a very big deficit. Ampang has one team in the Selangor Champions League, which is ATY Serayan, and unfortunately they lost to AZS FC, who are from Kajang 5-0. Yeah, according to even Muzamil from Senior Bola, we kind of have to agree that they need to go back to playing basketball. But yeah, then the next day itself we saw...
Is this actually an actual stereotype that Ampang people only know how to play
basketball? Yeah, do you not know how many people from Ampang play basketball? Because there are so many basketball courts in Ampang.
So that's an actual stereotype.
It is an actual stereotype. Then we saw on Friday Clasico actually drew 2-2 with Empire, which was a very interesting game indeed. We saw one of the goals of the weeks coming from there.
Which I was there as well.
But I would still say the best game for that week was the PIB and Antlers game, which you left halfway through and it only got good in the second half.
Well, I did watch the replay of the live broadcast after that.
And you gotta agree that winning goal was amazing.
Yeah, but I think Antlers were unlucky in a sense. I think it's more of a situation where, you know, your typical club not exploiting the chances that they created, and so they lost the game.
There's that. Plus the team imploded.
Okay, imploded in what sense?
A small scuffle between Vincent and Pane, the team captain.
Yeah, I remember on the they were arguing on how to support each other, and Pane was not satisfied with how they were playing.
Dude, Vincent came to a point where he cursed at Pane, and that was quite interesting because Pane legit left the field after that. He was subbed out. So yeah, because of the implosion, I saw that's where the defense went down, and well, that's how the goal came about. But we got a really nice goal from that, so I can't say much about that lah. Then now we're in game week 6, and Monday we saw Ultimate come back from a deficit of 2-1 to win 3-2.
To maintain their 100% record in the tournament.
Dude, it's a no-brainer. They are going through to the round robin.
Are they really that strong though? I mean, in terms of Group A, I mean, because Group A is less competitive compared to Group B.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Even if you drop Ultimate in Group B, I would also think that this would still be the same case because Ultimate has this very, how do you say this? They are very composed in how they play. They have this never die attitude where they won't give up despite them being behind. And you have to look at it from this way too, yeah? Ultimate is very clinical in every aspect of the field. This includes their defense, their midfield, and their offense. It translates into how you see them play lah. So I foresee that in the coming weeks, Ultimate will probably take it easy to, you know, save up energy for the quarters lah.
Do you think Ultimate will be able to match up to teams like Axis and Empire? Maybe not Empire. I mean, we saw Empire they were not in form against Clasico, I would say.
They weren't, but I would also say that Empire has been slowly losing a lot of their key players. Remember that guy who got the ACL? Okay, I don't fully remember his name, but he got not a full-on ACL, but he got a knee injury 2-3 weeks back. And when he played Tuesday against Antlers, he got a concussion. It was a pretty bad concussion to a point where he legit questioned people, asking them where he was. Yeah. So a knee injury and a concussion, and he's one of their star players, yeah, mind you. So this guy is, I would say, the Conte to their team.
Okay, you're talking about Empire, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any other matches that you want to highlight this week so far? Antlers were lucky this week as well.
Antlers were lucky to get that penalty from Empire, but I would say one match that I really want to highlight this week would be the Axis Terrapins game. Terrapins came so close to actually getting their first win, and with that first win, they would have gotten at least a more secure hope of still going through to the quarterfinals. But they lost still 2-1, and this wasn't because of them playing badly, but it was because of, some people would say it was the referee's decision. Even Muzammil from Semuanya Bola were talking about it yesterday, and the penalty that Axis was given was actually a very soft penalty to give away, and that legit changed the whole tide of the game. And we are talking about a social league here, and they don't really have that much of emotional control compared to all the more professional players, but that's something to say about Malaysian football itself lah. But yeah, you can see how different they started playing after that, how affected they were by that decision itself, and I would think that Terrapins should have won the game. Honestly, congrats to Ultimate for their 5-game win streak. They're clearly going to be going through. They're at 15 points on top of Group A, with Southern behind them with 9 points, which Southern only lost 1 game so far. And I think for now, we can clearly see that Group A, Ultimate and Southern, and maybe Puchong Firza, they have the best chance to go through. I would think that Group A will have a fight for the 3rd and 4th place, which is still, I would say, quite reachable for everyone else, because Chondo, AZS, Level Up, they're all at 6 points, whereas Naga and Puchong, who are at 4th and 3rd respectively, are only at 7 points at 8 points.
Yeah, but then you have to take into account the fixtures that they have not played yet because of the postponement and delay and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think the delayed games were mostly in Group B. So now looking into Group B, on the other hand, even Axis, who are leading at the top of the table with 10 points, are not that far away from all the other teams. They only have like 4-point gaps between 1st place and 6th and 7th place. The only teams that I really don't see going through are Shalam United and Terrapins, because realistically, Terrapins still have quite a few difficult fixtures in front of them, and Shalam United just can't play a second half.
Okay, I guess that brings us to the end of this special talk set. Thanks, correspondent Izham.
And that brings us to the end of this week's podcast.
Why are you laughing?
This is so cute.
It's like anyway, that brings us to the end of this week's podcast.
No struggle like England to watch games and we have to report like this. Damn. That's a dream, right?
Don't forget to tune in next week, same time, same place as well. Until next time, this is Yuhan.
And this is CK.
Lots of balls.